the holiday fast approaching, time off is a hot topic among the Gate Guard forums. We are here to answer some frequently asked questions regarding how JG handles time off. How do we tell JG what time we need off? Note your request on your weekly invoice. Each JG guard submit an invoice to our accounting department summarizing their work and pay for that week. On this invoice, there is a note section where the guards are asked to report their iPad number and their time off request, usually any requests that are within 3 months. The recruiting department receives a report of these notes weekly and uses it to update the guard calendar each week. For this reason, these notes should remain on your weekly invoice until you depart. Your note should indicate your last working day, intended departure date, as well as your first day back at work if that applies. How far in advance should I request this time off? We ask that you give us 2 weeks prior to your planned departure. Barring emergencies, requests should be submitted no less than 2 weeks prior to your intended departure date. It is important to consider the organization involved with mobilization of your own rig and your travel speed so you can be courteous to others. Most guards, however, are able to provide a rough time frame regarding the availability upon arrival, even if they don't have a specific date. When do you stop working the gate? You are responsible for the operations of the gate until you are officially relieved. When guards are initially set up on their gates, they are paid for a full day, even though they are not commencing work in the wee hours of the morning. Likewise, the incoming team relieving you would receive that day's pay. When should we pack up to leave? You should be packed up and ready to pull out by 8 to 8:30 a.m. The exiting team should start to pack away things that are non-essential and do not get in the way of daily routines a few days before the intended departure date. The day or night before should be when the guards pack up most of their belongings. Ideally, the only things left to pack up on the morning of departure should be those that would be otherwise in walkways that would prohibit the guard from moving or working efficiently. It is a recommendation that the guard should be packed up and ready to pull out by 8 to 8:30 a.m. on the departure date unless otherwise advised. Now let's make sure we're well prepared before our rep or the other team arrives. Let's aim to have everything packed up and ready beforehand so we can have a smooth transition. What if the gate is difficult to navigate for 2 RVs? A JG representative may relieve the exiting team instead of having them wait for the incoming team. In general, a member of our maintenance team is usually involved with these transitions, primarily for this reason. If it would be logistically difficult to have one team pulling out while the other waits to pull in, the JG representative will likely relieve the exiting team and work the gate until the other team arrives. This is why it is important to be packed up and ready to mobilize early. Never leave the gate unattended. Our first and foremost core value here at JG is never leave the gate unattended. With this in mind, though the exiting team should be packed and ready to mobilize by 8 to 8:30 a.m. on their departure date, they must wait for adequate relief to leave the gate. Generally, a member of our maintenance team is involved with these transitions to avoid the exiting guard being delayed by another team, but being prepared is always the best scenario. Our guards that have had the best experience during these transitions make their plans loosely, with the dared to's wiggle room. For example, they wouldn't want to schedule a flight for the same day. Want to learn more about the ins and outs of gate guarding? Comment below with any questions we can answer for you.